The city of Trail is situated in the West Kootenay region of British Columbia. 8,250 people call Trail their home. Trail is noted for its recreational facilities and abundance of outdoor activities. The city has a land area of almost 35 square kilometers or 13.5 square miles. Trail is located on both banks of the Columbia River, approximately 10 kilometers or 6.2 miles north of the United States border.
For time immemorial, Indigenous peoples have been stewards of this land. Teck's trail operations are the region's largest employer and part of Canada's largest diversified mining company. The Trail Metallurgical Complex has been in existence for more than 100 years. It is one of the world's largest fully integrated zinc and lead smelting and refining complexes. Its workforce averages 1,500 employees. The city is home to the Kootenay Boundary Regional Hospital, the largest diagnostic and acute-care hospital in the West Kootenays. Trail's educational facilities ensure residents can increase their knowledge and skills without moving away.
Trail benefits from a supply of low-cost, abundant hydroelectric power generated by dams on the nearby Columbia and Pend Oreille rivers. An established transportation sector supports the area's mining, forestry, and manufacturing industries. Hockey is king. Trail is considered the home of champions. The Smoke Eaters are a legendary Junior A hockey club that has won multiple championships and produced world-class players that have played in the NHL. They are part of the British Columbia Hockey League, known as the BCHL. The Trail Memorial Centre is home to the Smoke Eaters.
Trail has distinct seasons: warm, dry summers and cold, snowy winters. August is the hottest month, with daytime temperatures reaching 27 degrees Celsius or 80 Fahrenheit. Summers are hot and dry, with moderately cool nights. On summer afternoons, temperatures often exceed 35 degrees Celsius or 95 Fahrenheit. Thunderstorms are common during late spring and summer. Spring and fall are generally mild, but can be rainy. Fall brings dense river fog, especially overnight and in the morning. Precipitation is highest in the fall, with November being a wet month. Winters are cold and snowy. December through February bring moderate snowfall. Higher elevation areas, such as Rossland, receive more snow.
Kootenay mines manager William Archibald had realized the potential of airplanes around 1919. While in California in 1919, he had his first airplane ride in a Curtiss JN-4 Jenny. As Kootenay mines manager, he had used aircraft on Kootenay business. 10 years after, in 1929, aviation was a hot topic in Trail. On May 18, 1929, Archibald traveled to Vancouver. On behalf of Kamenko, he bought 2 de Havilland DH60M Gypsy Moths, CFAAI and CFAAJ. He then started taking flying lessons. After he got his private license, he and the company of William Bolton set out for trail at 8 a.m. on June 23rd in CFAAI. They followed the Kettle Valley Railway, making one stop at Princeton for fuel. The pair landed in their company's farm at Airfield on 12:15 p.m.
Meanwhile, Major Tudhope was in Grand Forks on May 26, 1929, for the final inspection of Grand Forks' new airport. The next day, he drove to Trail with the mayor of Grand Forks and a Canadian customs official. They were met by Trail's mayor and city engineer. The group inspected the proposed airfield site at Columbia Gardens, 7 miles east of Trail, near Juanita. The site was already partially cleared. Tuddy said he was impressed with the site's potential. If doubled in length and further improved, he would be prepared to issue a license. That same night, the airfield was on the agenda of Trail City Council. Council approved, voted to rush the field to completion, and arranged to lease the proposed airport property. The 1929 list of public airport and aerodromes notes Trail Municipal Airport with a landing area 2,000 feet by 300 feet under development.
On June 7th, 1929, Kamenko management at Trail drove to Grand Forks to meet with executives of the Johns Manville Corporation of New York. They were on a business tour of the Western States in their company aircraft, a Stinson Jr. The group had taken off from Seattle and flown directly to the new field, which recently had been granted the 3rd license in BC. The Kamenko team was impressed with the possibilities of corporation aviation. Partway through 1929, with only 1,200 feet of runway completed, Len Carruthers landed a Stinson Detroiter on the field. In December 1929, an emergency flight from Kimberley brought an injured child to Columbia Gardens for the Trail Hospital.
On Archibald's recommendation, Kamenko established an air division to enhance the company's exploration and prospecting projects, as well as to promote Kamenko's other products. Pilots and air mechanics were hired. 6 aircraft were purchased: 3 Gypsy Moths, 2 Fairchild 71s, and a Fokker Super Universal. More aircraft were added: a DH-80 Puss Moth, a Curtiss Robin, a DH-90 Dragonfly, and a DH-87A Hornet Moth. Kamenko started its own flying school. Pilot prospectors were being trained using Columbia Gardens Field for wheels and skis. Caslow was used for float training. Paige McPhee was in charge of training.
In the fall of 1929, Archibald bought a ranch in Creston, 60 air miles from Trail. He built an airstrip on his ranch and frequently commuted to the smelter city in his own aircraft or the company's aircraft. Kamienko later used Creston for training company pilots. During the period between 1929 to 1942, the Air Division was in operation with 32 aircraft, including Archibald's personal machines, logging almost 34,000 hours with just one fatality. Kamienko chose its prospective pilots very carefully. The company operated as many as 14 aircraft at one time. On March 10, 1932, CFATA Orion B-1 Brahman, operated by Ginger Coote of Chilliwack, overnighted at Columbia Gardens. In May 1932, an Aeronca collision NC-12406 from Spokane, Washington, visited Columbia Gardens. On July 17, 1935, Canadian Airways de Havilland DH-84 Dragon II visited Trail.
On March 13, 1936, Archibald was awarded the Trans-Canada Trophy for his services in advancing the cause of aviation during 1935. The Kamienko Flight Department continued its operations at Columbia Gardens until 1942, when Canadian Pacific Airlines took over most of the company's flight operations. However, Kamienko continued to operate some aircraft until 1964. During the Second World War, the strip was not maintained. George Williamson visited Trail on RCAF business during that time and reported he landed his Grumman Goose on the Columbia River. Later, starting in 1948, as chief pilot for BC Electric Company, later BC Hydro, he landed its corporate goose at Columbia Gardens on many occasions and reported that it was in bad shape. Eventually, BC Hydro paved the strip for its MU2 and citation.
Trail Airport is located 6.1 nautical miles southeast of Trail and is situated in a valley beside the Columbia River. The airport serves both Trail and nearby Nelson and Castlegar. The Trail Regional Airport uses the airport code YZZ. The airport consists of one 4,001 foot by 75 foot or 1,220 meter by 23 meter asphalt runway and provides a GPS approach. In December 2017, the City of Trail built a new 4,200 square foot terminal building for its more than 22,000 yearly travelers.